Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Hey, we got some good news for you, and it doesn't start with T's. You know, they think everything starts with T, but not. This is the Ed Brown Show, and we have an introduction to the programming. I promised you early in the year that we were going to bring some young people on, we're going to bring some young shows on, and we're going to get into the economy in this country. And one of the young ladies that's leading it to us is going to be a Brown, another Brown, I tell you. And this is Gwinnett Brown. Her and her husband, young people, are getting into the business world of this country. Not of this state, but of this country and of the world. They're going to, Ed Brown is going to present, and Mrs. Brown is going to present to the East Coast here, outstanding performer for the young people. The young people, we're going to have all sorts of things. They're going to have different performers, different models, different things, different business. Introduction of the young people to the business world. Here we come. Ms. Brown.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
And your husband, I'm elated. And Edwana Larkin, one of our outstanding personalities here.
Yes. She's awesome.
Along with Wanda Richmond, two other young people associated with the show. We're trying to get into the business world and give the young people an opportunity to get part of the action.
Yes.
And when I say action, I'm talking about part of the economy of this country. And that's the key to the success of the young people in this country. Now tell us a little bit about your association and the fact that your husband is also working with you.
Yes.
That makes it nice.
Yes, it does.
How'd you get started?
Well, okay, so AC the Firm Foundation is a women empowerment community enrichment organization. One day I was in a mall and I saw a young lady. She smacked her child down to the floor. And a lot of people would ask the question and say, how could a mother do something like that to her child? Or she's a terrible mother. But I looked at it differently. I said, I'm looking at how that would impact the child, but not just that, who did not teach her? How was it that she did not know that that was the right thing to do? And that was one of the things that spearheaded me to go ahead and step into this vision that the Lord has given me about women empowerment and community enrichment. So that's how I got started, just wanting to make a difference in the lives of my community and even in my family, because one of the words that the Lord gave me was first at home with me and my husband, then your family, and then the world. And the great thing about it is that I was able to make a difference in my family. We have a play coming up, and a number of my family members are actually in a play coming up. Yes, I wrote a play. It's called Love the Reprogram, and it actually depicts the mental effect a poor relationship between a mother and a daughter has on the child's life and on their mindset, along with
Man, that's going to be on the Ed Brown Show later on.
Yes, so the play is very intense, and it also depicts the bullying and how the impact of bullying on our youth and how important it is for adults to get involved and seeing things like that in our youth. So it's a very intense play, and it's going to be on August the 11th.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's going to be in Washington.
You'll be on again before that.
Yes, it's going to be in Washington, D.C. And it's actually going to be with a church that we're working with, Community of Hope Church of the Nazarene, which is a a Ward 8 church community that has opened their doors to my organization and said that whatever you need to do, you can go ahead and do that, and provided us with a platform to be able to reach the community. So we're partnering with them on July the 28th for their community and vocational Bible school.
Fantastic.
And that's going to be on July the 28th. Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. So we'll definitely, maybe I can have a pastor come over here to talk.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, that would be awesome. But one of the important things about our organization is that we change lives starting with the mind. And we do that by giving people a visual for what the issues in our world look like and how they can tap into those things. And it can be a visual aid for them to really tune in and say, maybe I need to make a change in my life based on what I'm seeing. And even motivational workshop, financial literacy workshops, because it's important.
And that's important.
Yes.
Financial workshop.
Yes, it's so important because a lot of times, especially in the community, because we work with underserviced, underprivileged communities, and we train them, we use our services to encourage them to think higher of themselves, higher of their family, and higher of their community. And we do that by the plays, the skits, the motivational workshops. We do like a 12-step Walk With Me in Love program that we're actually going to launch either the latter end of this year or next year. So it's a number of things we have going on that we want to definitely partner with you to get that out there, because it's important, and especially because I want to talk to our youth and how we have to respect our elders and even glean to them. Like my grandmother, she's almost 100.
No backhands. I remember the backhands. Boy, did I tell you, don't do that.
Yes, and so I sit at my grandmother's feet all the time. So I always think of those things that I can do to make a change, because listening to her and just partnering with people that have that knowledge and that wisdom is so key to what AC the Firm Foundation is trying to do, is to bring out the greatness in people. And no matter what your age is, there's always something that you can do better, and that you just need that extra push. And so you just need people that's willing to invest in your wealth and your well-being.
Right.
So, and people think wealth is a whole bunch of money. No, but it's mental. It's being able to function
that's
properly.
That's the key, and that's one of the things that we do a lot of mentoring.
Yes.
Of individuals. So speaking of mentoring, your husband is taking part in your process.
Yes.
Yes. He has gotten his information on engineering and how to work with your different programs.
Yes.
Therefore, he can be a pillar in the organization for showing the young people how this thing is done.
Yes.
They go to the various shows and things of that nature, but they don't know what's behind the camera.
Yes.
Yeah,
And what it takes, you just don't go there and push buttons. You got to have a little training.
Yes.
Let us hear from your husband about the training that you've had.
Well, I did DC TV for about a few weeks. I'm a certified producer and a certified videographer as well. And I'm still like a beginner, so I'm still learning, And for our organization, I'm basically like the deputy.
Yeah, well, that's the idea of the program, is to have young people like you that are behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yes.
It's what makes Ed Brown show and everything. We got two young ladies back there in the room right now that are observing how the shows take place, from different angles, not just from behind the camera,
Yeah, definitely.
This is what we really, and I've been looking for young people, and just I really hit headed when I got husband and wife, you know, because that way they have so many things in common. They understand what
Yes.
we're trying to do and the value of it.
Yes.
And see, that's so very, very important, having that. And your influence with your peers, your influence at your church, and your influence on the Ed Brown Show.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
that's what we want to do. We want to get you into the business world
Yes.
of this company,
That's absolutely.
of this country, because that's the key
Yes.
to the future for your family and their family.
Yes.
And that's what we have to start doing. And that's what I was looking for. And God is good.
Yes, He is.
Here it is. Some of us here. And having you and your program, your husband on the program and introduce you to the dramatic performance experience.
Yes.
You've had quite a bit.
Yes. Yes, we did. We did.
Tell us a little bit about wrapping up the future coming up, the play and everything, Ms. Brown.
Yes, so we have Love the Reprogram. That's the play that's coming up on August the 11th. And I'm actually working with the church, the Community of Hope Church of the Nazarene on Alabama Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C.
What is your association with? I see up here First Baptist Glenard.
I'm a member.
Oh, you're
yes,
a member.
both me and my husband.
Oh.
Yes, we're members of First
Pastor
Baptist.
Jenkins.
Yes, he's
you
awesome.
You don't want him to get on you.
No, actually, we did. We actually worked with one of the reverends, Reverend Josephine Miller, and that's where we met Miss Larkin. We did a skit on mental health. Yes, we. My husband was actually behind the camera.
Ah,
yes,
that's
and,
great.
And I was performing in the skit, and along with a couple of my cast members that are also volunteers. That's also
We
gonna
like
be in the
that
play.
word volunteer.
Yes. Yes. So, and we did that. That skit was so impactful because it was called The Struggle in the Mind, and it was about mental health. And the line that was so important is that the key is to not call people with mental health issues crazy, because it's hurtful.
Yeah,
so you
right.
understand where they're coming from, and then see that they need help just as well as any other disability. That's
Right.
just something.
That's
Theirs
it.
is mental.
Medical aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
It's a
us.
short time, but
Yes.
this is what we have coming in the future. We have the Browns. You got one Brown, now you got two Browns. So
Two.
that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be introducing the young people as far as economics is concerned,
Yes.
as far as talent is concerned. And you know what's next? Voting. We got a young man here, Mr. Taylor. You know, everybody's out there trying, so that we'll talk a little bit about this, and we're going to get the young people into the voting booth too, along with their talent. See you in a second.
The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Hi, welcome back to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Now, here's something that all of you out there, I mean every last one of you, should be thinking about and knowing more about it. And it's voting. Yeah, that's what I said. No, this is not November. This is June, and you got to get out there and vote. All of that information you're getting from Uncle John and Aunt Susie don't mean nothing. You got to do your own homework. And when these young people come out there to your neighborhood, ask them questions and tell them the things that's happening in your neighborhood. Because, hey, look, if you don't vote, you can't squeak. You know, we're no barking and complaining. But anyway, we got, Rodney Taylor. Oh, you heard about it. He's running for District 9. Isn't that right, Rodney?
That is correct.
District 9 of the County Council. He's going to make things right. Welcome to the Ed Brown Show, Rodney.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Brown, for having me here today.
Tell us a little about your background. You know, we're a transit neighborhood. We have people moving in and out, you know. Tell them when they go by to see that sign that you're the man.
Yes, I'm Rodney Taylor. As you said earlier, I'm a candidate for Prince George's County Council, District 9, and I'm a lifelong resident right here in District 9. Born and raised in Brandywine, went to Gwynn Park High School, Brandywine, Maryland, and currently raised my family in Aquasco, which is also in District 9.
Yeah.
Been married to my beautiful wife for 25 years.
Now you get
Taylor.
really points for that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You get a nice dinner tonight.
Thank you. Yes, I'm married to Raynell Taylor for 25 years. We have two beautiful daughters, Raynell Taylor, who also is a graduate of Hampton University.
Yeah.
And my youngest daughter, Rayleigh Taylor.
Yeah, my daughter graduated from Hampton.
From Hampton. Loved the school. Loved the school. She was a softball player down there. She had a softball scholarship, did well academically as well. And my baby girl, Rayleigh Taylor, is a graduate of University of Maryland. She played for 2 years at Virginia State.
And the same daughter, she just got her master's at the University of Maryland.
Wonderful.
Graduated from Hampton. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And
Raynell is currently studying for her master's in psychology, and my baby girl Rayleigh is taking the LSAT, so she's on her way to law school.
Oh,
so we're just excited. Yes, we're so excited. And I'm just a community servant. I want folks to know about Rodney Taylor. I'm a community servant, lifelong resident of District 9, 55 years in the district.
Wow.
Love it. That's home to me, and I'm going to fight for our community. They just ran a story not long ago on my daughter, and I'll have to say this. I'm so proud of her. When she graduated from Hampton University, she got the head coach job at Gwynn Park High School, varsity softball.
No kidding.
And watch this story. I've been coaching her most of her life. Now she's coaching at Gwynn Park, and my baby girl is her assistant, and dad is the assistant to them.
Oh, right. So you take orders, right?
Oh, I take orders very well. She makes sure of that as well. She makes sure of that.
And remember your position.
That's right.
You're not dad when you're out on the softball.
That's right. I'm her assistant, and she makes it very clear.
Right.
And you know, when I said that, when she became the head coach, one of the things I said, I wanted to make sure she knew how a good assistant should respond to a head coach. And I had to change my role because I used to be the head coach for so many years. But just coaching in the community. Also have a mentoring program in the community. I'm a community servant at Union Bethel AME Church. I'm the minister to men there. And we started a mentoring program 5 years ago, the same middle school I went to, Gwynn Park Middle School.
Excellent.
When my daughters went to college, I said, I can't stop now. I got to go back and give some more time to, especially our young men.
Yes.
So we have 10 young men that we get every year that the principal gives me the names. I'm the executive director of our mentoring program at Gwynn Park Middle School, Union Bethel AME Church. Our men's ministry put that on. And I have retired teachers in our church. How many know all the resources you need are in the church?
Right.
And so I tapped into the church. We got teachers that come in, and we work with these kids for the whole school year, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8:30 on disciplinary issues, work study, academics. Great success stories. Had a kid come in there with a 1.25 GPA and left out with a 3.25 GPA. So we're excited. We're just excited. I was knocking on doors just the other day in a neighborhood right there in the Clinton area and saw one of my mentees, and he recognized me because he graduated this year from Gwynn Park, and he's Mr. Taylor. You know, I had him in middle school. So when I saw him, I got excited, and I said, Ziggy Helmerton. I said, yes. I said, and he was just so elated what we did for him as a mentoring program. So just excited about our mentoring program, been coaching for 20-some years in the community. And not only that, but as we talked about the ministry, but just a community leader. And I believe not only in giving back to the community, as I taught my daughters and my wife to do so as well, but I also believe this, that we have to make sure that we keep our quality education in our school system. Exactly. It's big on my agenda. Yes. Education is big on my agenda. I believe first thing is that we need to expand our Head Start and pre-K programs. Right now in Prince George's County.
Speaking of a Head Start, what do you think about the Head Start program in Prince George's County, the problems that they
That's right.
And the changes. And what are some of the things you think that need to be done?
Well, the first thing I think we need to do is we have to expand it. Right now it's income based. We want to keep that in place, but we have to invest in it. We certainly can't get grant monies and give them back. We
Yeah.
got to make sure that we use the money
Right.
that we get and expand it so every kid, every parent that want to send their kid to a Head Start program, pre-K, ought to
Right.
be able to do that.
Exactly.
Other countries, those kids start early, and then we're going to tell them you can't come. I think that's bad. I think that we need to be accountable to
And
our
the
children.
irony of it is that we had already qualified for this money.
That's right.
And lose it.
And lose it. Just can't happen.
No.
Accountability is very
The
important.
accountability can't be done.
That's right.
And really, experience I had on the planning board and everything is that you got to follow up on that.
That's right.
Just like the gambling, MGM, the fact that they pledge X number of dollars,
right.
make sure that money gets into that program.
That's so right.
Say,
That's
are you
so
following it up? You're familiar with it? You
Yes.
know a council can come in
That's right.
and make a motion
That's right.
and transfer funds.
And transfer funds. That's
And-
right.
and wait a minute.
That money wasn't for that. That's
no
right.
transfer those funds.
That's right.
You know, because
so
they're earmarked.
That's
Because and to me, we had been qualified for so long for those programs.
That's right.
And
That's
the programs were excellent.
Excellent programs. That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
we can't. People call me. I was on the planning board. I was.
That's right. That's right.
But I
Looking for
tell them, I said, yeah. I said, you got to follow up on that.
Follow up on that.
Make sure that the money that's being earmarked for a program
Get used
is
for the
spent
program.
that way.
That's right. Get used for the program.
Yeah.
So important. Because I believe if we're going to say that our children are our future and we're looking out for our children, then we got to be accountable to things that's going to help them succeed.
Right.
Not only that I said, talking about the pre-K and the Head Start program, but I think we need to expand our curriculum in our school system.
Right.
I think it's very important. I think the foreign language program, our STEM programs, we can't have STEM in certain schools. I think STEM needs to be in all of our schools. All our kids should have access to that. Because what's happening now, if you only have it in certain schools, then the parents want their kids to go to that school.
Right.
Those schools get overcrowded and they can't have, and I believe in community schools. If you live in a community, you ought to go to your community school.
Right.
I just believe that, and I think not only the STEM program, but even our foreign language program, robotics, coding, technology. We have to get up to speed on technology. Our kids should have iPads in classrooms. I think all those things, we're behind. When you look at Prince George's County, and when you tell me that we're next to LAF in the state, we're next to Baltimore City in our school system, I have a real problem with that. You know, I came up through that system. That's home to me.
Yeah, right.
And we need to get back
Exactly.
to getting it back where it was before and where it should be. I just believe that. VOTEC program, every kid is not going to college.
Now the VOTEC program, I think they stepped up on it.
Yes.
The fact that they have this, the community college has this new program.
That's a beautiful program.
It's a
dual
beautiful
enrollment. Then they have the kids that can graduate with an associate's and a high school degree at the same
Right.
time. That's just awesome. Those are things that I'm talking about. We have to continue to move that way.
Yeah. Because I remember Philadelphia, that was in Mass Farm and Bach, and they blue collar type school. But I said the kids need an alternative.
That's right.
Everybody can spend $40,000.
That's right. That's right,
You know?
Mr. Brown. And that's so important. I believe that our young men and women who's not, they're just not going to college. The parents can't afford it. They maybe that school is not there. But if we get VOTEC programs where they can get certifications, electrician, plumbing,
Yes.
cosmetology,
Hey,
barbering, HVAC.
All you had to do is call a plumber.
That's right.
Or call, you'll see.
And you'll see what you paid for him to fix that pipe for you.
Right.
That's all right. But it also, what it does for our youth, it gets them excited. They feel good about themselves.
Yes.
They can go out and get a good job and be successful in society. I think it's so important.
And get into the business world.
That's right. Right away.
See, right away, because hands-on,
That's right.
you can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
See,
You can't beat that.
You
That's
get
right.
that hands-on experience. It's on your resume, plus the fact you already have one degree. And then you can go and get the way that University of Maryland and the rest of schools are cooperating with the program.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
tell me your 3 major projects and we got to go.
Okay, so we talked about the quality education. Next thing for me is going to be healthy communities. Healthy communities. In the state of Maryland, we currently have 6 power plants. Out of those 6, 3 of them going to be operating in Brandywine.
Brandywine?
3 of them out of 6. And here's my issue with it. It's proven that they are hazardous to our health in the community. Cancer goes up in the area, lung disease, respiratory issues. I think it's unfair for the whole state to have 6 and 3 being Brandywine. That's a major issue for me, and we're going to look into that situation when we get in office. We want to make sure we fight against that. Not only health, and now I'm also the rural tier. As you know, I'm from Brandywine, I live in Aquasco. I believe forestry is very important. We need to protect our farmers. I think fresh produce is very important in our area. I think we need to come up with incentives for our farmers. Not only that, our rural tier need to stay in place. We need to keep forestry. We need to keep acreage. We need to keep beautification. I think that's something I'm going to make sure that we protect in Prince George's County. And that's very important to me as well. Number 3, after healthy community, I think infrastructure, I think smart growth is important. I think we need to slow down on developments in our county and take a step back and look at the infrastructure, look at our school system. We're flooding them with children. Classrooms with 35 and 36. A kid said the other night, 39, way too many. We cannot teach that many kids in one class. I think that's a major issue for us. And so I also think not only that, our roadways, our traffic, all that have to be looked at.
Talk about.
Yep, so smart growth is important. We need to slow down on that. And also, permit fees for developers should not be waived. Those fees go to our school system, go to infrastructure, traffic, utilities. I think it's very important that we look at this.
Yeah, well, I think you picked out some good things. I get calls on the transportation, get calls on the, like you were saying, the special acceptance.
That's right.
That some people feel that have been politicalized instead of making it so that they are utilized for the benefit of the average person.
That's right. That's right. For our community.
Yeah.
For our community.
Now the winery, you know, I didn't know there were so many wineries in Brandywine area.
Yes, they have a lot of wineries down there. They're beautiful. They're homegrown, small businesses. I love them. I love them. I'm not a wine drinker, but one thing I love about it, I go there for the atmosphere. Just to set out and listen to music. The environment is beautiful.
That's something for you to do.
That's right.
You've heard from Rodney here, and you know, like I said, I can't emphasize the value of voting. Take time and vote, and take your youngsters down there. Let them see. They don't have to vote. Just take them down there and see what mom and dad is doing to protect their future.
That's right.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Rodney.
Mr. Brown, thank you so much for having me.
Keep up with the good work.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'll be down for a glass of wine.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
And truly enjoy.
Okay.
All right.